He's doing a great job extending this lead.
Were we offline that whole time?
Yeah,
we're fine.
We have to not plug in the internet into a cord where it's also the extension cord to Stalk's laptop.
Oh, God.
We're back. Sorry, everybody.
It was ad time. That's what it was. We were trying to press you for ads.
I don't know. We did a bunch of good bits that you guys missed.
Oh, we were super funny.
They were so funny.
I was being fucking hilarious.
So
I'm
funny.
kind of out of
crazy.
steam now.
Everyone in the venue was laughing. It was actually hysterical.
Yeah,
anyway,
they started blasting us on the loudspeaker. They said, "Oh my God, is that
so we'll go back to talking about the match now that you missed the funny bits.
Richard Pryor?"
For those who don't know, Younger's been doing a great job of edge guarding, but Taylor has suddenly brought back this game. Dr. Lobster, I will no longer say first names from this point on.
Dr. Lobster is playing really well. Dr. Lobster's playing super fucking the worst kind of Sheik to play against, in my opinion, where they're just really good. And, like, you can do your whole game against them, and then they just do dumb Sheik shit and you die.
Totally, yeah. Doc Lob is great on FD, I will say. It's not like an end-all be-all counter pick, but when this dude has a platform, you just see the real player come out. You see the constant just like shield drop into that. You know, that was a turnaround shield drop fair, bro. Get hit, and he didn't get hit. This is all from it though.
That needle was insane.
Oh my God.
Getting stuck in the shine is going to kill him.
This is what I'm talking about. Unconventional Sheik stuff that makes it look like this should be the conventional version of this character.
Doing a lot of like tomahawks too.
That's definitely a Doc Lob trait.
Oh, misread the tech. Dr. Lobster was Long Island.
He was Long Island, but we have claimed him as New England, specifically New Hampshire. You can fight for him in the papers and try to sue for us for him, but you will not get him.
A shine instead of a down smash or something? I guess because you can
I think he just didn't have time was the big thing.
Okay.
Sheik did the really good land there, I believe.
Back here or something?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, all
down
day. 200%.
Finally getting it out there.
Up 50%, which kind of brings you into nice Sheik combo.
What the fuck?
Dr. Lobster's out of
Who are you? Oh my God.
Oh, Phantom didn't even matter.
Phantom, just add some percent to it.
He's
done for.
Just taking 9%.
Done for.
That's it. Oh,
that's close.
Kind of
Reminder,
get up.
we're in winter semis. So although Doc Lob is up 2-0, this is not the end of the set.
No, we have 5 total games to be played possible.
Possible 5 games.
Whoever wins the first 3, it's like tic-tac-toe, but a set. I was really bored at work the other day, and I was playing tic-tac-toe, and I couldn't stop beating myself. Dude.
Just tie. Like, there's a way that you can only make a tie.
Game's completely solved, dude. I will destroy anybody in tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe is probably the most solved game that in existence.
I'm pretty good at it.
It's all about, if you go in the middle, or if you go in like the...
Take 3 corners. That's it.
Yeah, but if you just play corners, there's no way to win.
All right.
It's real. The way you lose is if you go in the middle of any... Whatever. Anyway.
Forward smash.
Successful edge guard. Even though Doc Lob got pretty far away, still able to reach it with the F smash.
I wonder if Younger heard what we were saying about the platforms. No, but that's a common counter pick for Falcos. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. This is very common. Sheik players not only need platforms, but don't have a ton of the great. Oh, that was an accident. He might. Okay, all right, a little late on that.
Nair's too late, too early. I mean.
But yeah, especially with the lasers from Falco, there's a lot of options that just make this a damn good counter pick, and we're seeing it in effect right here, right? Doc Lob has not been down this much in any of the games so far. That is a done for.
All right, Dr. Lobster clawing this one back. Definitely has a chance, but Younger is punish game on FD is super clean. But Doc Lob.
Yeah, these next couple punishes will be the determining factor here.
Moved out of the way of the shine. Kind of waiting with a crouch cancel, but getting hit with a down air, which newsflash, can't crouch cancel. Can't crouch cancel that move.
The repeated down airs from Doc Lob. Peace out, homie. That is your lead gone.
The dash attack follow-up from those needles was insanely fast. It's like you got hit with the needles and they immediately get that hit with a dash attack.
Doc Lob going power shield mode. Some go sicko mode, some go freako mode. He goes power shield mode.
That actually landed. It's crazy when it landed.
This is bad. Okay, all right.
Do some Sheik stuff. You threw him off the stage. Oh, wow. That was a... Damn. Just moving in and out of that power shield is so fast.
We were entering tight territory, but I think we're getting away from that now.
Bummer. That
Yeah.
was the lightest bear of all time. Younger still getting the kill, though.
Side B for good measure. I'm going this way now.
Needle?
Okay.
No needles.
Gets back,
Perfect
but
side B.
This is a really good edge guard opportunity.
Oh!
Misses.
Up air instead of bear, I think. Didn't want
I
that.
think the up air was on purpose. This dude's kind of wild. This is probably
Nice.
it, yeah.
36%. Doc Lob looking for the 30 on Younger, which would, I don't know what kind of upset that is or something.
Was down. I don't believe it would be an upset. I believe Doc Lobster is seeded to win this.
To win the tournament?
No,
Oh.
to win this side.
Dr. Lobster actually is the number 2 in New Hampshire, not Tori.
Stop correcting me, bro.
All right, I'm sorry.
And number 2 in this bracket.
I'm
number
spitting
2
a
seed.
narrative here.
Number 2 in the bracket as well.
Don't listen to me. Just
Gigantic
listen to my
back air.
narrative. All right, but this is oh my God. Okay. Doc Lob was down 2 stocks in this game, and that's it.
That's that. Wow.
The crowd popping off.
Stock loved that one.
Stock going hyena mode. He was a
Yeah.
fan of it. I believe I am hopping off.
Yes, we're going to have Bakari take on
All right, stream.
your spot, but
I'm gonna go-
Patty might be back
gonna go
for
stream
Sean when Sean wants to leave.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
See what happens.
Enjoy the lovable sounds of Makari. Yeah, follow me.
Hell yeah. Follow Patty. Makari in the building. You guys know Makari? Does chat know Makari? In the building.
Hello? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
What's good?
What's happening?
Not too much. Oh, I'm going to see if I can,
can
raise
raise
this
it.
chair a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's like underneath. It's a little like paddle,
What's good, chat?
right? Yeah, it's like kind of.
There we go.
Oh, all the way up.
There we go.
How is everybody? How are you doing?
Well, I mean, my blood's pumping just from watching that clutchness on FD from Dr. Lobster there. It looked like Younger had complete control of that game, using FD to his advantage. Strong neutral. I feel like Younger's neutral game that's one of his strengths, and he makes it hard, to find openings. And he was using the lasers well. He was landing some F smashes and stuff, even as a trade at times, but just to hold the positional advantage.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Lobster, with the up B poof that like kind of started the sequence, was just, I don't know, it was just nutty.
Absolutely.
It's just
nuts.
nutty.
Dr. Lobster's out of control.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him back.
do we got?
Glad to see him competing in Boston again. Obviously from Long Island, but he has been a regular
Oh, shit.
at New England tournaments for a little bit.
We got
at
the New
least-
Hampshire. So which one are we going to watch first? Can we watch Two Sharks first?
I'm not sure. Depends who shows up first and who's not playing.
Yo, Stock.
So we
I wanna
are
watch Two Sharks.
we are in the interim. During this period, actually, this is the ideal moment for me to just say real quick. Obviously, we got pride for our Boston scene. We're doing dope things here. Shout out to Alston Melee real quick. Tweet out the stream, twitch.tv/Alston Melee. But I want to show love to our fellow.
We're not on camera. We are in the top right.
Shout outs to Hog.
Hog Gaming.
I just, one of our sister sub-regions
Where at?
within New England. You can find Hog at, it's in Wallingford, Connecticut. I can't remember the exact address.
Me either.
But I actually ran into Artie last night on Unranked.
Oh,
And
really?
we had some great fun games, man. Shout outs to Artie, who I just want to say, I mentioned Artie because I think is the owner of the venue.
Yeah.
And
Part. I think part.
that's godlike for one thing. And just much love to CT and Hog, and I'm gonna try and make it down there in the relatively near future. I gotta update myself on what their let's say terms and conditions are.
Yeah,
with
but
regard to we're still not out of the woods and everything, and I want to be respectful, but we'll see. Shout outs to CT, and also while we're still in this interim, we don't have a set happening yet. Shout outs to Reach Online. Shout outs to Phil. This is a Phil original hat. The man
Phil does love birds.
if I'm not mistaken, some of his music has been utilized, maybe for like the Alston Melee Bender.
Some of the vids as well.
Dude's creative. Dude is a homie. So I wanted to utilize some of the time that I had the privilege of, commentating
And
to shout out some cool New England stuff.
let me tell you, Pete.
You know what I mean? To shout out some cool New
Yeah.
England stuff.
The intern won't last too long. We have one of our competitors is in the restroom, and will be out shortly. But we are going to get winners finals up first.
Ooh. Okay.
Which would be Calvar versus Dr. Lobster.
Nice. All right. Okay. Sick. I need to closely watch how Calvar plays this.
Yes.
I have been excited and happy to be back and competing, but I have been getting bodied by Sheik, and as a Marth, you know, can be hard sometimes. At least for me, it has been. I tried the Fox today, didn't quite work out.
Hey, it's worth the experiment.
So
though.
I'm gonna take a close look at how Calvar approaches this. I wonder if they're gonna RPS for the higher port number. Yeah.
Oh man, you think Calvar is going that deep?
I mean, there's always money on the line. There's always like kind of bragging rights. There's, you know, G-Town is like looming, watching so that he can be on the panel anyway for PRs and stuff. He's not the only one. There's a panel, obviously. But shout outs to G-Town real quick.
Yeah, we're talking about his birthday tourney. You going to that? Hear about that?
I'm actually going to be at a house right on Lake Winnisquam in New Hampshire, and it's going to be a wonderful time with some of my like hometown buddies, some of which I haven't seen for a while now.
Nowhere close to the Natick Mall.
I will not be close, man. I'm a
wherever.
little sad with how the timing worked out.
It's not at the Natick Mall anymore.
It pained me to tell him that I won't be around, but point is, to circle back.
Yeah.
There's always something on the line, you know what I mean? Like, it just comes all the way down to the psychological warfare that you wage with the other regular attendees of the tournaments, you know, that are happening, where you go to tournaments. So, like, the guy that knocked me out tonight, the Sheik player, is pretty solid. He beat me last week, too. And it's like, I can't let him become a demon. I got to come back strong the next time I run into him and, like, play better,
exactly.
Like, you know. And I mean, shout outs to Slippy, the fact that I can like literally go and hunt down the set. It's crazy, dude. The way that everything has changed, man.
It's so much better.
Are we jumping for real into this? I think that we are hand warming.
Yep. These are good players. They want to hand warm a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean.
All right, they definitely didn't go for port priority because they're playing on 3 and 4.
And speaking of port priority,
well, I mean, they might have.
Yeah, here's the thing: is that before Sean, it was a super nerdy thing.
Yeah.
To like, oh yeah, like I want this port. Blah, blah, blah. It was perceived as nerdy, but like just at Summit, Zane and Pluck played.
Yeah.
And they literally talked about it and like showed the entire community.
Right.
Like that's a thing you have to do now.
It is a big game-changing factor in the matchup.
Okay. All right.
You know, because
did Mango Zane do it when they played?
It's only in the Sheik Marth matchup specifically. Not only, but like matchups that revolve around grab, I believe.
Right. So I mean, at times, if you have the lower port, let's just cover some of the bases. If you're port 1 and you and the other person do something on the same frame, then the lower, port 1 will get advantage in that scenario.
Yep.
I think a lot of this was covered in some of the Summit commentary. But as it pertains to Marth Sheik, if you are the higher port number than the Sheik, and you up throw, up tilt, it is real. It is a true combo in the right percent window because you have that one extra frame to act faster because of the action ability after throwing with having the higher port number.
That is insanely bizarre.
It is kind of ridiculous, but it looks like it is going to be on the table for the Marth here, so Calvar, I'm sure, will probably try and utilize that.
So you trade off a frame after your grab for for a grab.
I guess it's in a way, you are sacrificing what you could get from the frame.
You either want the grab tie break or you get the extra frame after you throw.
In this matchup, you definitely want that free extra frame of actionability right after you throw to be a frame faster so that you can convert the up throw up tilt.
But those are the two things that we're trading.
It's definitely what you want in this matchup, but I'm sure in the whole matchup spread of the roster, there's different situations where different matchups might favor one, like being the lower port or the higher port. But we have Calvar kind of committing there to getting that follow-up with an aerial on the platform and a nice shield drop punish there from
Calvar lost his stock like immediately. I didn't even see what happened.
And the nice cleanup with the F smash by the ledge. Obviously, always a good tool to exert some corner pressure.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, unfortunate SD. Got some invuln, nilled his way up to the top platform, and now Marth with complete stage. But it was patience and then a roll in. I'm going to look for how Doc Lob goes about rolling. Okay, there's another one, unpunished. Because that's the problem for Sheik, is how are you going to win neutral? How are you going to find your openings? How are you going to get in? You know, this game at its core is definitely very much about like center stage and bullying the other person off of the stage. And then if you have good ledge play, then that lends itself to like, you know, you set up in the middle, you get them off, you kill them, yada yada. Sick,
Ooh,
sick
really good down smash. Calvar just doing a lot of like dashing away, and then a lot of doing like run up crouching. He's just sprinting up and crouching. He just did it right there.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of the crouch canceling for sure. So up throw and then tipper up air, waits, up tilt, tech from Doc Lob, but then makes it down and finds a couple hits of his own.
Calvar just swanging, sees Doc Lob in the air near him and just swats him out of there.
Okay, good DI, combo DI from Doc Lob. Not the first time we've seen the ledge dash spot dodge.
Yeah.
Calvar's going to have to look out for that, because if it is his inclination to just kind of swing F smashes, with the lag on the F smash, it can be costly. Okay, I like the attempt, but Calvar wise to it. Hey, does he have a jump? He doesn't have a jump. He's dealing with lag.
Oh, 140%.
Okay.
Everybody's super high percent. Calvar brought this back a little bit. He was down.
He kind of faked the grabbing the ledge and then double jumped and grabbed ledge later on.
Oh, that jab was nutty.
He took only a grab as the punish, and at a certain point, I don't know, you kind of want to look for something more than grab. Tipper, you know?
That's going to kill. Calvar getting a lot of kills off the side Bs tonight, weirdly enough.
Yeah, side B sometimes, like against Sheik, against Falcon and Ganon sometimes. I don't know, it can be, obviously it's very risky. It's crouch cancelable like forever. But if you mix it in, you can throw people off. Up throw, and again, okay, so that was a tipper up tilt. I think the one earlier was not, and then Doc Lob had gotten the tech right after the up tilt connected. This time, Calvar's cooking much more on that prior attempt. Faring after the dare, and how can he finish this?
Up B to knock Doc Lob off stage, and you get 140%.
Even if he doesn't convert fully, which...
Oh, that's the strongest hitbox of that, right?
Yeah, you want that part behind Marth that will
right
hit straight up.
His head.
That will hit straight up, yeah.
Hey, real quick, couple updates from the bracket.
Yes.
Pisces, the newly moved to Boston, has taken out Trail and Two Sharks and is currently seated to get a minimum 5th.
Nice. All right,
On the other
let's
side,
go,
Jesse has beaten Get a War Machine, and then Bonfire 10 beat Get a War Machine.
Wait, you say Jesse beat Get a War Machine?
Jesse beat Nick Marcus, Glock of My Toyota.
All right, Get a War Machine beat Glock of My Toyota,
all right,
and then lost to Bonfire 10.
Shouts to Patty for the updates, and we're going to keep an eye on that Pisces dude. It looked like he was playing Marth earlier, so I'm excited for that. Obviously, it also is kind of in my bag commentary-wise, so that helps.
Do we have any fucking Massachusetts players in this bracket anymore? I don't think we do.
So, I mean, you could be right. You probably are right. I've been seeing a lot of like NH Grand Finals recently, and
yeah, I mean, right now.
Yeah, you know what? Mass needs to step it up. We're working on it. You know, Younger's showing up. Yasu came and did work last week.
Yasu did do work last week.
But in this match, though, we got a minute gone. Both players at high percent. It looks like Calvar so far has been able to nickel and dime a tiny bit better, but nothing decisive. Okay, just down smashing at the ledge. So many hits, so much activity on the Sheik down smash.
Oh, the platform tech though.
And there it is again, and a nice swing of the fair to cover that double jump to ledge.
Good like combo flow there.
Oh, I feel like he had a shield grab, like a free shield grab.
I feel like kind of underrated for really good players that they flow in their combos super duper well. So like he missed the fair because Calvar got a tech, so he immediately got a down smash and then got a fair off of that for the kill. It was like boom, boom, boom. You got a good flow of combo. Bummer.
One phrase I like to use sometimes is like, player will have the other player under their spell. This is something I borrowed from, honestly, like EPL, like soccer commentary, because these Brits talk about having the ball under their spell. But when you have a situation where like you're tech chasing them, let's say, or even if it's a call it favorable neutral or flirting with, it's not true neutral. You have like the advantage in a way. I don't know.
You know, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
When you're just flowing, you're just getting them.
Right, and that's kind of how I view that. You still kind of have them under your spell, and you stay in that pocket, and you know.
Yeah, it takes another good player. You can't just keep doing the standard options to get out of there. You got to be good. That's why it works. I call it bad player teching a lot. That's what I
see.
Hitting the bad player techs, which you're not going to see a lot in this set.
A side B usage again, tech roll in, and swinging the down smash. That would have been cheeky. I think like one more fair around that height, that was lower. And I could have been wrong based on how that.
It sent him really high up.
That other one wasn't too much lower on the screen, and it didn't look like it made it that close to the blast zone. But anyway, we got the angled knowing. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that doesn't often actually kill outside of the blast zone. You'll do that, and then you'll push them far enough away, regain positional advantage, and get the kill.
They can't recover.
Okay, the weight.
Oh, keeping Doc Lob in the corner. Doc Lob kind of staying in the corner, charging needles.
That was
two
multiple roll punishes. Tipper fair connecting, finds a grab, throws him off.
Oh, too early for the F smash.
Sub 100 roll.
He thought it was a get up.
Sub 100 roll paying off big time there. Some needle percent, punishing the shield drop.
Doc Lob up a stock. Doesn't really feel like it. It feels like Calvar's controlling the game, but Doc Lob again.
Well, he's making it hard for Calvar to finish the stocks. He's very good about that. Like we saw that against Younger as well.
Yeah.
Definitely just a trait of his play, good like recoveries. And I mean, it is his counter pick too, taking advantage of the Dreamland.
Just remarkable. I mean, the two sets I've seen of Dr.
The
Lobster.
shield breaker to give him,
down.
What does he take?
Yeah.
The double dip. I like that a lot. That was beautiful.
Oh, no grab, a dash attack instead. Kind of risky.
Tacking on a tiny bit more percent is Doc Lob here. Tech roll in, gets grabbed. What's the DI?
Oh no, up smash.
That kind of looked like no DI, and that was nice actually because Calvar knows what Sheik is looking for.
Yeah, it was apparently the correct decision.
Yeah, I guess in that moment, definitely was.
Hit by the up smash.
Definitely was. I mean, down throw fair could have been had, but clearly not what Doc Lob was looking for.
Yeah.
Soft up air, and then the shield stop, shield drop, up air tipper. He still has him under his spell.
Still going up.
Now Doc Lob manages to get out.
Is that a fair? No, on the platform again, but this is a fair.
Wow, this is huge.
Wispy.
So this time he does take the down throw fair. Calvar is at slightly higher percent. Finds
big back air.
the punish. It looked like he was kind of scouting the air dodge there.
That was a really tight battle. What's the time on that? 4:49. All right,
super tight.
5-minute game. That felt long. That was intense.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are playing carefully, I feel like.
Let's see what they're
Plus,
doing.
Dreamland obviously kind of conducive to longer games.
They're both looking confident. Doc Lob taking a sip.
Wow. Oh, no, not wow. What am I talking about? Doc Lob won the last one. So Calvar, of course, will bring Sheik to FD here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and look out again, especially on this stage, for the up throw, up tilt that we were mentioning. Going to bring that technology reference back out.
Oh. I mean, Doc Lob saying,
two hits side B. No jump on the Marth.
Oh, that's that.
And that was really nice there. I feel like that's kind of reactable. You play Sheik long enough, and against Marth, if they kind of go for that lower, you can just like go down and kill them, like before they're even, and maybe they can up B early, reading that to then cause havoc. But that was nice from Dr. Lobster. Finds a grab. What's the combo here? Just takes a strong nair, but
maybe it wasn't the decision. Went for strong nair into a follow-up, but it didn't do enough hits to really follow up.
Yeah, and now how are you going to get down? Air dodge in place is, unorthodox.
Yeah, he's stuck though, completely stuck. Oh, rolling back in, getting hit. Good needle.
Okay,
but
this is death. Oh, man, the way that Sheik's hurt boxes move a tiny bit as she like lands and is low and then kind of stands back up, it can be tricky. I don't think he even really needed to go for the up tilt there.
That'll kill.
But it was the right decision. Oh, you hate to see it.
See, Dr. Lobster shaking his head, but I will maintain in his brain he's going, fuck yeah, dude. Love it.
I mean, you never know. It's not like it's Genesis or anything.
That's true.
Plus these guys, I don't know exactly where Doc Lob is living now. My assumption would be he's going to be back in a similar area to where he was before, and I know he was living somewhere in New Hampshire for school. Can't remember exactly where he was doing, if I'm not mistaken, law school. So these guys probably have a bit of rapport, and neither one wants to beat the other like that. But, while I'm rambling, Doc Lob just building on his lead.
I'm just saying in general, it kind of does feel good when they SD and you're kind of like, oh man, I don't want to win like that. But you're like, all right, dude, I mean, sick. Like that's
the primal lizard brain in us, the primordial brain. I think absolutely just kind of gets
yeah.
off a tiny bit on that, like
God,
there's like the smirk and internal kind of like
the win still feels good even if you win.
It's
you
like
still
the,
get
it's
that
like
little
the
dopamine.
kind of an like anime character in us that's just like like one stock closer to the money.
All right, what's Calvar doing? What's he looking like? Is he doing the meditating?
Real quick, thank you, Petra, for 5 months.
Hey,
thanks, Petra.
Huge. Yeah, let's go. Thank you so much.
Hey.
I am not keeping the sharp eye on the chat there.
Everybody sub. Me and Patty getting an apartment next month. That's how he makes money.
I mean, yeah, if you got the spare change, of course, or maybe Prime,
Prime is better.
We obviously appreciate it, but we're on Yoshi's now, not on FD for this one. He didn't like how that last game looked. He's gonna try and go to Marth's story, as it were. Okay, kind of a movement call out with the grab there.
Wait,
I like the shield drop down there. Oh, unfortunate.
Is this matchup supposed to be bad for Marth? Oh my God, that was crazy.
I mean, it depends who you ask these days. Like, is it supposed to be bad for Marth? Like, even the wording of the question is like, I would answer no. It's not supposed to be bad for Marth. Marth does fine.
Yeah.
But player to player, with their style, how much do they have to deviate from how they normally play to be good at this matchup? That's always a question. And do they have that in them to deviate a ton oh my Lord,
Jesus!
In the name of a win in tournament, to finish the thought. But dude, I can't speak as Doc Lob is just going off so far tonight. Just cruising kind of to
absolutely doing it to him right now.
To grand finals.
Yeah, if Calvar brings this game back, I will be very impressed. That's a charge up smash.
He's sitting in that chair like
that's that.
He's
my God!
I have arrived.
Oh man, that was a fucking body bag. Looking at last game.
And by the way, I love Taylor. Absolutely the homie. He found me earlier and he said a quick "what's up," and we were just talking a little bit. I look forward to playing Melee with him and just hanging out. The absolute homie. But he's like sizing us all up right now on screen, and
he's
very much like
I'm subbing out.
How you doing? You stepping out?
I'm subbing out.
Sean's gonna get out of here, and Patty's gonna rejoin us. Pete, you stay right there. We'll be all good to go.
See you guys.
As you, but dude, that was fun as shit. Yeah, bro. So I don't. Are we gonna maybe see this Pisces player soon?
We are indeed going to be seeing Pisces. We're going to be seeing Pisces Bonfire loser semis, I believe, is what this is.
Okay, and it seems like he's a Marth.
It does. It does seem like he's a Marth.
You said he's from New York.
From New York, I believe. I believe he was considered to be top 100 one of these years, maybe like 2018, 2017.
Oh wow!
Was the word from stock. So dude can play game. Dude can press buttons at the very least.
Yeah, sounds like it. And I saw earlier, it looked like he was holding his own against Glock. I don't know what the result of that set was, but I saw them playing, and it looked like he had taken a game, and then he looked, okay in the stock count of the game that was going on. I was like, all right, this Marth seems like pretty good.
Yeah, he took the first game he's ever played against Glock and My Toyota, which is not something many players can say. He ended up losing the set.
Wow.
Nick took the next 2 games and taunted on him as one Glock does. He loves hitting the taunt button.
Yeah, you can't fault him. Not with that taunt.
But this is definitely the make it or break it for the Pisces run, right? Dude has beaten 2 Sharks in Trail so far, at the very least, which are definitely two competitors. 2 Sharks been putting work at the NGPs.
Please remind me, what character does 2 Sharks play?
Falco.
Falco. Okay, heard.
And yeah, we're getting some hand war.
He was also the best player at Tampa, says Stock. Okay.
Yeah.
Heard that. That's kind of cool because it also means he's got experience. It sounds like he was in Tampa for at least a relevant period of time, like enough time that we would say he was the best in Tampa for a while. So he's played in Tampa, has experience with that. Whatever styles he ran into there, he's played in New York. It's cool when someone has traveled, and they've dealt with all sorts of different tricks that people that wield a certain character might throw at them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. A lot of times when you're ranked highly in 2 regions that are good at the game, that usually means you've played a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
Like against a lot of different characters.
Right. Well, that's hype, in my opinion. I'm a fan of watching Marth, talking about Marth, playing against Marth if I happen to run into these guys, like also thinking of how Clutch came to the area from, I think, Jersey, and, you know, definitely has done plenty of work in brackets around here himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout outs to all the Marths that are coming to Boston. And looks like Battlefield
could be the pick, or maybe we're flirting around stages right now. Getting the pounds in.
Second set on stream in a row of some Marth Sheik, so we'll see how this one might look different.
And you're prepped for this. So let's just quickly explain to me the port 4 thing. As far as I believe, you have an extra frame or something, right?
Yeah, so there's a percent window. Don't ask me the exact window, but it's like kind of, I think from maybe around 10 to like somewhere almost 20 or around 20 or something, that Marth can up throw, up tilt, true combo with the higher port number against Sheik. So as Plup mentioned at Summit, you know, this just changes like how you're gonna feel about the matchup, how it plays, obviously, when you're playing against someone. And oh wow. It looked for a second that he didn't get enough horizontal movement to get to the ledge. And I mean, hey, Pisces already surprising me. Kind of commentator's curse. Surprising me in the negative way there. But still a very young set here, and F smashing out of the corner for a trade that is kind of worked out. Yeah,
I'm gonna say that Pisces has played against a Sheik like Bonfire, but I'm gonna say Pisces had never played against a Sheik as good as Bonfire with this game plan. Bonfire is just like plays her own game.
Wow! Yo! That was nasty. Hard read there on the patience, and I mean, she has played against Calvar. It's got to be like triple digits at this point. It wouldn't surprise me in like legit tournament sets. Never mind all the not tournament, just sparring that they've done. So this is going to be tough for Pisces. Even if he can come in, it's very impressive that he beat Glock in the first time he ever played him. But,
well, didn't beat him, just took the first game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me.
Absolutely.
Because, I don't know, like, but Bonfire, whole other challenge.
Whole new beast.
The double nair. Wow, but again,
Bonfire's feisty off stage.
Wow, like some counter hits that you just almost never see. Already looking completely different from the last set.
Yeah. The first stock loss from Pisces was shenanigans. The second was not.
That up tilt though was spicy. You know, creating a big opportunity there, but Pisces not able to convert. Maybe had time to grab ledge, but sometimes it makes sense to just set up shop and try and ask the Sheik how they're gonna like retake stage. Again, though, kind of maybe, I don't know. I would have liked a ledge grab there, I think, because with all the lag on the up B, I mean, you give yourself options, and you also need to like establish some sort of like rhythm for how you're going to securely take the stock after they do up B. And so Ray, as I'm talking about it, finds the tipper spacing, crucial in this matchup for when they're in that lag. Nice punish on the roll, punish on another roll, and I mean,
caught.
just
good measure.
So sound, because what can Marth do there other than trade with a nair that's just hanging?
Yeah.
And then I don't know, maybe if you like SDI like up and right, so that your next up B will still maybe get to ledge, maybe then you have a chance. But I like that option. Plus being up the extra stock too, Bonfire is just like, all right, this is gonna clean this up.
And you said it previously, but this is such a different set than the last one. Like from both players, you know, the Sheik playing completely different from Dr. Lobster, and this is definitely a different Marth than we saw from Calvar.
Yeah.
This is wild to see the difference of how two players just approach the matchup.
For sure. A couple nice downers so far in this game. It looked like I saw a ring, but Bonfire got to ledge, but now struggling to try and find her way really in. And really nice double jump down air there. You can get those on Sheik at times, and Pisces representing it very nicely.
So what do you think about the Marth counterpick to Sheik for FD?
So I think FD is definitely where Marth wants to be against Sheik. I think that specifically Bonfire really likes this stage. At least, I mean, I'm going back a while because I remember running into Bonfire. It would be like at Osaka New Game Plus, and we would like strike to FD Game 1. You know, she's pretty good here, but I think on paper, like it is where Marth wants to like practice in terms of like what's my game plan versus Sheik, what's my first top counter pick and everything, and like this is a good stage for Marth. Not great aerial drift for Sheik. Also, just not great options coming down. Never mind the aerial drift. We all know. Ooh, nice double fair into the tipper spacing. And so this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see.
Pisces combo game got an upgrade on this stage.
So I think he might have had another down air there.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I think he had the timing.
Yeah.
Because there was too much hit stun. The question would have been, I don't know, it looked like Sheik might have been in a space where she might have grabbed ledge. So is the dare going to connect before the Sheik body grabs the ledge? But I think he might have been able to get it. Either way, Pisces looking really good here.
Okay, we find it. Cool. We're just going to spam down tilt until it works, and it does indeed work out. And yeah, Marth killer.
Yep. Still works. It's always going to work.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Pisces definitely doesn't know is that Bonfire literally counterpicks this stage against Marth players. And it's totally a comfortability thing, you know, not I believe this is better for the matchup. It's just like, Bonfire has some gimmicks, right?
True.
She has some gimmicks that she's going to abuse, and that's kind of what I was alluding to with, he might have never played a Sheik like this.
I mean, I would be surprised if he has, and she has had a lot of time and practice to like create different kind of mix-ups within the punishes and how she continues sequences off of grab and stuff to make it hard for the Marth to always like get out without taking too much damage. And I think that's part of her comfort here. So we're seeing, okay, but their nice decision to just kind of like DI away and just fair, just for a trade. Pisces being at lower percent and just to end the string. Okay, so the sub 100, I'll finish the thought later. But Bonfire just outside of the spacing where the down air would connect, and now...
Oh, God. Pisces hasn't seemed very uncomfortable with the very high percent. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Nice. That was really good. And it became close there at the end. Peace out, Nathan.
Peace out.
I can't remember. There was a thought that I wanted to interrupt given what was going on. I can't remember. It might come
Maybe
back
it'll come back. And if it does, run it.
Dreamland makes sense here.
The thing that's very different from Calvar, which is who she's very comfortable against playing with, is Pisces doesn't go for a lot of the tech chases, right? Pisces goes for a lot of the up throws, which is a lot more common in this matchup.
Right.
Calvar's the weird one for going for the tech chases.
But I think he'll also try and implement, you know, at the right percents, he'll up throw to try and get, if it's guaranteed. Calvar has that kind of knowledge pool to draw from in how he punishes. But definitely favors the tech chase kind of as a go-to, especially at those low percents.
Both have been great with the edge guards. We're seeing some clean melee still, you know, not that sloppiness that you sometimes get in loser semis. But
wow. So I think that was actually a mix-up because of the way he decided to fast fall through the top platform, because people have seen, you know, Marth utilize that option. But then he did end up eating a small punish. But I like the creativity.
I disagree. I think he hit up B twice on his controller. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he got the dinger on that one, the long F smash.
Yeah. And if he didn't tipper there, I don't think that kills all the way across Dreamland. So that's the stuff that's crucial in this. And we're seeing him get it. So
boxed out successfully, question mark?
Making sure to drift through Marth enough for the Nair to hit off. Bonfire still working on it, takes the stock.
Yeah, the clean stock lead. Oh, that's a read on the roll.
Okay, here's the tech chase. Grabs and, oh, wow.
He's already adapting to the Bonfire gameplay.
Dude, the patience was just ridiculous.
So many players have played against Bonfire 10 and never punished one roll, and he just hit it in the second game, third game.
When I like kind of stand there and turn around in place like that, I'm usually like looking for my wallet in a movement flub. Like I'm not like intentionally like punishing a roll like that.
Yeah, I think he's feeling himself a little bit, even though he's down the stock. Okay, all right, where are we going?
Okay, the tomahawk through into a grab attempt. Not quite working out. And now what's the punish here?
Sneaks by. Continue upward motion? No, okay.
Okay.
Get the down air to...
Wow. So I think part of what happened there, Bonfire might have been expecting like an up B and was trying to like opposite tech the up B and then was at too high percent to get a tech on the down air. And so then just, you know, she didn't know what was going to happen, and she died for it.
Also, could have just been spamming down smash.
I guess that's, yeah. It's true. Okay.
All right,
Down
we're back to
throw
the clean
up
stock
there.
lead. Okay, all right, tech chase. She knows where to go.
Okay, no roll that time.
She's learned.
And just a down tilt on that ledge get up attack. And if, I don't know, we've seen Bonfire use it a couple times. If you are reading it, you can definitely get more than just a down tilt. But, and I feel like if you're down a stock too, try and, ooh, nice. Okay, the dash attack was clean, and to try and convert something out of that, that's unfortunate. Starting to be in that percent where, you know, I guess he was still in the crouch cancel window, but when you're that close to the ledge, we've all seen it. Probably we've all done it if you're going for CCs anyway, which everyone should be trying to implement crouch canceling if you don't.
And definitely crucial in this matchup as both characters, honestly, right?
Yeah. I feel like when you watch, like, Kadoran is a good Marth that is very, like, kind of CC abuse, you know, in a way that is very effective. Oh, not tippering somehow. That looked like it was like the tip of the sword anyway. But so strong bear and going deep. In the very beginning, we saw it work out with some of these like kind of offstage call-outs, but since then it hasn't worked out quite as well.
He's been doing a great job getting the reverse up tilt on a lot of these edge guards.
Okay, so that was clean to like respect the wall jump and everything, and then the timing of the neutral get up, and then to give himself the opportunity to punish and everything, but didn't quite capitalize on the punish. There's the CC right there.
Yeah.
And man, at such high percent too, but that's why jab, not always the best.
And that edge guard from Bonfire could have worked on a different stage, but on Yoshi's, you're just dying for that nair. Okay.
Wow, I like that.
Europe in the house.
And nice tech there.
Yeah.
Getting a...
That's what you're talking about, the tomahawk.
Yeah, he's been...
That was actually a Tony Hawk because it was a full hop.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Nice. I like that.
Yeah, the full distance.
With the shield DI there, I feel like maybe he could have shield grabbed the down air. Opting for just a swing at the F smash, even though it didn't tip her. I like it because it sets up the stage control. Still working on the punish. Bonfire back off. How's the recovery here?
Dude, Pisces loves down air in neutral,
I mean,
especially as a punish.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call that neutral. He has used it in neutral.
He has used it in neutral, but yeah.
But the thing is, he's not getting the strong hit on quite a few of them, which is not going to work out in the long run. But we're even in stocks, shielding and facing away from stage to not get kind of, well, it's still not too favorable, but we're both in center stage. There's a CC.
Pisces boxing out with the fairs, but Bonfire's just hitting down on C-stick. And it'd be working out.
For real. Okay, shielding just for a hot sec, but then the short hop fair out. Fair, obviously one of the strong tools for Marth in this matchup. Oh, man. And now we're starting to see both of them try and go for kind of call-outs on the opponent's recovery, but not really succeeding, which it was kind of cool because we get to watch more melee. Wow, the rapid jabs there for a second. Almost like a bait, like, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, patience, but another soft hit there, and Bonfire cleans up the stock.
And this is becoming the make or break moment for Pisces, right? If Pisces were to pull out this set, then everyone in New England is going to be talking about this, right?
That is true.
He's just on the absolute run. If he loses to Bonfire, though, it's like, okay, respectful. This dude's going to be pulling some upsets in the near future. Tight battle, last stock.
Yeah, it's a lot riding on this right here. Randall imposing his will and the deep dash attack.
Yeah.
Damn. And Bonfire will do that. Sometimes she will extend far, you know, the overshoot. That's the word I was looking for. You got to overshoot sometimes when you're Sheik against Marth, because I feel like Marths can be known to kind of dash dance camp a tiny bit, and you know, they will swing at times because you have to represent the strength of your range on the sword and everything, but those overshoots can be huge. Finding a strong dash attack there, and then it looked like, I don't know, would you kind of call that an SD? I feel like I didn't watch or notice exactly how he died at the end there. Seemed like there was the possibility to extend his survival
I think he bet it all on black. I think he was hoping for the Randall, and then
okay.
Randall was just not in the position that he wanted to be, and it was just, okay, I'm not even
Got you.
But although I spun a narrative there, I think everyone in New England should be talking about Pisces, because this
Hard
dude
agree.
is, yeah, we got a killer suddenly in New England. He's going to be here for the next forever. 4 to 5 years feels like forever. He's going for his PhD. So hopefully we're going to see a lot more of this player around.
Hey, yo.
That makes my,
we
makes
have
my heart
Jesse
sink.
here if anyone wants to hop off and put Jesse on.
You want to run it? I feel like
Jesse?
you and Jesse are a classic.
I would love to
Absolutely.
run it.
Let's do it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Patty.
let's
Thank
see you
you.
in there.
Absolutely. I'll be around stream running.
And
Have
dude,
fun, stream.
that was a pleasure, and we'll definitely have to do it again. Oh man, we got the grown working man.
Oh my
The ghetto war machine.
My sinuses are acting up.
The
I'm 40 years old.
the grown working god lord of the Granite State himself.
My back. My legs. My ass.
It'll get to you after a while when you just work, you know?
Yeah.
When you put in work, you know, you feel it in the joints a tiny bit.
Yep,
You feel it up here. You
The
gotta
working
rest.
man.
You gotta rest the brain. You gotta rest the spirit. Everything. So
My head hurts meetings all day, you know? I'm
I mean,
busting
hey,
ass as a
hey.
as a grown working man. Alter ego ghetto man in the streets at night, known as.
It's a testament to your character that you would just spend the energy after working so hard to drive down from New Hampshire after working, right? And still actually put in more work in the bracket too. Like it's just a consistent outpouring of work.
Yeah,
I mean,
busting.
just ridiculous.
Busting constant work.
Just ridiculous. Like I'm gonna sit a tiny bit closer to you because I think maybe some of that like energy will
Just a little bit closer.
I can't prove that it's gonna work, but I'll take it if I can get it.
I'm sorry, I'm just letting my
No.
missus know that I'm commentating with the Lord.
Hey, all good, brother. So, chat, where are you guys and girls and all the NBs, everyone? Where are you with this bracket here tonight? How do you feel about Dr. Lobster's first, kind of Boston area, New England area tournament back in a little while? I mean, obviously, COVID happened, but we got some IRL stuff going on
First
again.
tournament back. I'm just going to note real quick before we get into the set. First tournament back for Dr. Lobster in New England, and he takes out Calvar 3-1 winners finals.
And he was looking
Convincing.
very strong in all his sets. So curious how people feel about this set as well. These two obviously go at it, and then who's going to try and challenge Dr. Lobster and Grants?
Right.
We'll see. We got some side Bs. We saw Calvar using the side B a bit. I don't think we saw it once from Pisces. So,
different breeds, right?
Absolutely, dude. It's so cool. Melee is awesome, and there's different flavors that you can taste in different parts of the world, and I love it.
This is a New Hampshire Classic, though. This is a New Hampshire Classic. We see this happen like 3 times a week on a busy week of tournaments in New England. And I mean, I'll be honest, Calvar kind of takes it most of the time, but Bonfire has been coming closer and closer every single time. So I think with a little bit of Sheik on his mind too, Calvar might be able to, or Bonfire, I'm saying, should be able to do some damage.
Not taking too much of a punish there for transforming and then transforming back, like rate basically on the invuln. And I think Calvar only got 9%.
Yep, did not capitalize.
You kind of lick your chops when you get those situations because, I mean, it's going to end the invulnerability when they transform if people don't know.
Yep.
But we got some even stocks. We got Bonfire holding center right now. Only one hit of F smash and then neither.
Another one.
And just swinging. She's just swinging and swinging. Sometimes I like her nairs, utilizing the full hop nair. I wonder if she claws for those to get the nair out as early as possible.
Out of shield?
Or if, sometimes out of shield, but sometimes she'll also just kind of just nair, like, nice.
That down air regrab was filthy.
Yeah, and I always enjoy a good tipper down smash. Who doesn't?
Of course. It's the classic. This dude literally wrote an article about it.
I didn't know that. I should actually check that out because, I mean...
Old Dignitas article David wrote for Marth kill setups and like high percent things that you can go for because Marth's known for having like Marthritis, right? He's like, here's a couple of weird things that
you might not know about or your opponent might not know about that you can use to get a kill at high percentage.
That is very good to know.
Yeah. And forward throw, reaction tech chase, tipper down smash was one of those things.
I see.
But right now, Bonfire with the lead. Like, you know, a stock, not a whole heck of a lot of a lead, but you can take a lot as Sheik here. You know,
it just
full
takes,
needles?
yeah, that's, you know, that's 16% in the bank, but also, like, I think no jump there. Oh,
he messes up.
man,
And
that's
livid.
unfortunate. And
Shaking the head.
I will say, I mean, if they weren't here for the set where Calvar was playing against Doclob, he SD'd a couple times in that set too.
Yes, he did.
And hopefully
Maybe
he has
he's
them
just-
out of his system now, you know, and hopefully it doesn't trend in the other direction. But that, you know, we all know how psychological it is to try and, like, make a deep bracket run.
Yep.
Like, it's tough.
Especially when you are not used to losing. It's from Calvar's perspective. He really is not used to losing that much in New England. So for him to be, you know, here, first seed, comfortable, then playing against Doc Lob, you know, a guy who's really good in a matchup he's kind of comfortable in, losing, and, you know, I saw David afterwards, he goes right out of the venue. It's the classic, you know, you lose a set, you walk out of the venue and you think about it for a while.
A second ago, we saw Sheik was at the right percentage where Calvar opted for an up throw. I think he he full hop fared afterward. I was mentioning how, like, Calvar is known when Sheik's at, like, really low percent to tech chase.
Yep. Down throw.
And Pisces wasn't doing quite as much of that. I mentioned how even Calvar will up throw at the right times, and we saw it a moment ago where up throwed because, you know, up through. He knows that some of the percent windows to abuse different sequences, combos.
Standing still. Oh my God.
So, kind of feels like you know they both just held serve pretty much.
Yep.
Forward throw here, spot dodge to get out of the tech chase, and Bonfire finds a grab in the middle of the stage. Up tilt, but only an up tilt.
Hey, these guys aren't getting they're not getting a lot of punish off of one another.
Here's a punish. I could see this turning into stock. Grabs ledge.
Down air, forward air. Oh, nice needle turnaround. Oh,
nice
great
movement.
ledge grab.
Yeah, amazing.
Great
quick
ledge
there.
Really, and that was a perfect example of Bonfire limiting Calvar's options near the ledge and then just being able to get the easy edge guard, right?
Yeah. Good matchup experience.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Situational awareness.
Yep.
Almost getting the tipper there.
Oh, shields. Nice transfer to the light shield so you don't get shield poked on the platform.
Agreed.
I love that.
Agreed. And also, repping the down smash kind of in neutral there a moment ago. You know, it doesn't just have to be when you are
getting the tech chase.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, nice tech.
tech.
And then David doesn't get the turnaround grab.
I'm a little surprised she was able to get that tech.
2 weak up airs there. Obviously not what Calvar wanted. He's trying to get a kill off the top, but Bonfire's still holding on.
I like the fishing from the side platform to the top platform with the side B.
Oh, look at how much.
Oh, but the
she got a whole stock off of 2 weak up airs.
Dude, the over 100 get up there. Again, good situational awareness.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's gonna kill.
Fair, great. That's a thing that is actually.
You said back throw, right?
I said down throw.
I think that was back throw.
That was back throw?
I think that looked like back throw to me.
Oh, okay. I know Calvar has a thing where with floaties at mid to high percent, you know, talking like 100 to 180, you can do a down throw and it'll pop them up enough that you can get a dash back full hop tipper fair off of it. Used as a one of those, you know, janky kill setups that people aren't really used to.
That is definitely correct, and I could be wrong. It kind of looked like back throw. I feel like sometimes, depending on the percent, the down throw can, like, even if they don't DI well for it, it can kind of throw them farther away than what you are looking for. But either way, got the kill, and still working on this punish here. Oh, but
too greedy. Too greedy.
Yeah, like too greedy, and Bonfire just beat him to the spot. She knew that he was going to try and grab the ledge there. She had a feeling, and threw out the nice kind of retaliatory up air.
I swear on my life that Bonfire wiggled her stick to get out of hit stun before that up air hit previously.
Damn.
Oh, she just goes out. Nice. Smart. Dude, you covered the exact angle that Marth can take when he has no resources for the uppy, right? You cover the whole thing with one nair, one lasting hitbox.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So, great awareness. great situational awareness from Bonfire.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
playing good.
yeah.
I think Calvar might be playing a little bit tilted.
Yeah, see, that's kind of why I mentioned the SDs earlier as well, because there's possibility that, and again, it's a very psychological battle. And I know a lot of people have entered tournaments themselves, but just in the event that someone, because I know Melee is a great spectator esport, like, it's hard, man.
It's so hard.
And with every set, especially when you get knocked into losers, and then you got to grind through losers and
playing your homies along the way too, right? That's a whole nother thing.
Yes,
playing your friends
really,
bracket.
It's really difficult, and I think in general, I actually do think that his mental game is strong.
David,
I think that he has put work into, like,
he's the comeback king.
You know,
I'll say that.
Like he's just a very serious competitor, you know, and I feel like he has put a little focus, at least a little, onto every aspect of what it takes to make a deep run. So
agreed.
But you know, will we see like a really nice response from him in this game?
He's doing great so far.
Yeah,
I mean, up 90%. You know, he's really trying to get everything together.
The grab to kind of call out.
Wow, that turnaround grab was great.
That looked again like a back throw to me.
Yep. Oh, nice weight on the spot dodge.
This is a forward throw, makes sense. Grabs the ledge.
He's just gonna take his time.
Grab and then
pivot.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, all right. I mean,
play patient on the ledge. Look at him. He doesn't care. The king is back. Mewtwo King has returned. Nice F smash.
Nice, yeah. We know Bonfire, you know, likes to brawl with you, and sometimes swinging the sword, and you might find purchase.
Oh,
I love that hit of back air.
It's so weird.
Fun fact.
It's so weird.
Okay, tech chasing, and then maybe it was kind of a percent thing, but you know, then decided to up throw, wasn't able to really net a huge punish off of it, but has stage right now. Now Bonfire talking back.
She waited for the roll in too, spacing wise, but then just didn't get the grab punish.
And it was a CC down smash to set up like positional control.
Yep.
But so much time that the down smash takes. You know, even if you knock the Sheik over to the ledge, you're not really going to be able to exert too much corner pressure by the time you make it over there.
Sure. I think a couple times it's happened so far in this set is Bonfire will go for a forward tilt approach, and Calvar will just immediately get the power shield grab or the power shield F smash or power shield up tilt on Bonfire. I think if she started doing, if she thought to herself, right, she recognizes it and goes, okay, whenever I think I'm going to go for a forward tilt approach, I'll just grab instead. She would be getting a lot more off of it. That's you know, obviously a very hard thing to think about.
Yeah. It is tough to change up some of your habits.
That's another thing that people, I think, don't talk about enough in competition is how often people are autopiloting. You're not always focused 100% lasered in like you're playing a poker hand against James Bond or something.
Right.
It's sometimes I'm just thinking about other stuff.
Nice bear as she was trying to come down, continuing the punish.
Oh, nice.
Calling out the tech roll away, continuing the punish. Maybe not going to kill yet. Good survival DI. And the air dodge.
Patience, huge. Oh, trying to break ankles.
All right, so Calvar tightening up for this game. And, okay.
Oh, God, the F smash, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
They're both spamming it. Tori.
A tiny bit cheesy with Sheik. And it can be cheesy with Marth, too, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But I feel like it's a better move for Marth than it is for Sheik.
Yep. I think something that we're noticing here on this game, at least, that's been so astronomically different from the first two is how patient Calvar is playing.
That's another up throw in that window where he looks for it. And another nice fair off stage. We saw him take a stock earlier this game where Bonfire was just trying to recover and needed to run off fair. And, you know, it works sometimes.
Yep, absolutely. Look at him,
okay.
He's just
I like that too, calling out the, I mean, it's an overcommitment if you get hit, right?
Yep.
Bonfire was committing to try and like do something, but Calvar read it. Oh!
Wow.
the knowledge of the invuln there.
Wow. Nice.
Dude, that was stone cold.
That was so sick.
Was so sick.
You don't see moments like that too much.
Unbelievable.
Dude, that was sick.
Unbelievable.
That
So
was sick.
where are we going here? Bonfire's up 2-1. Calvar finally got a game. Dreamland.
You think I'm going to be vulnerable? I don't.
I've never been vulnerable in my life. I'm actually very invulnerable.
We're on Dreamland. Good shield DI so that he can get the shield grab.
You think I'm going to be vulnerable?
Nice.
I never said that, Pete.
Nice. So right there, I feel like there is a cheeky way where you can kind of babysit for a second. Then if you like dip a tiny bit, double jump bear to turn yourself around and grab the ledge. Obviously, like, he's much better at the matchup than I am, but I feel like there was a cheeky way to
get the ledge there.
To get the ledge and strengthen your advantage in the situation, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, if they read it, then it can be a problem, but he has not done anything quite like that. I don't know if Bonfire will be looking for it.
He dropped his advantage near the ledge, to be honest, and now it's a completely even game.
Ooh,
he could
wow,
have been up a stock.
Jumping kind of around the dash attack, which can be a little tricky, you know. The dash attack, like, kind of the part of the sword like curves up a little bit, you know.
Bonfire just rolled 4 times in a row. In true Bonfire fashion, we saw 4 rolls in a row.
Oh, that'll kill. No, I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I take it back.
Well, that will kill.
mean,
Hey, it killed.
like-
Hey, Pete, you didn't have to take it back. All right, so I think that the Dreamland pick is perfect for Bonfire. You don't want to go with anything. You don't want to go with the FD. You don't want to go with Fountain, anything like that. You want the space, because if Calvar is going to play patient, then all you need to do is get the lead and play more patient than he does. Because the stage is inherently in your favor.
Yeah.
At least in this match.
It is.
Oh, doesn't get anything off of it. Wow, that would have been a great read, too.
I feel like, I don't know. I fear Calvar's patience a tiny bit as a Sheik in this matchup.
Oh, for sure.
But obviously you got to try and work to your strengths, to your game plan, whatever your game plan might be for a particular counter pick in a particular matchup.
Sure. So the idea is to, like, tilt Calvar, right?
Yeah, I think that is probably part of the idea.
The idea is to just tilt Calvar, play super patient, don't give him opportunities to get those early % kills with the janky setups that he's known for.
Yeah, you know, you make a good point, because he sometimes, like, his combination of knowledge and technology and execution is very strong. And, you know, if you can take certain opportunities off the table, obviously you're going to do that.
Yeah. All you got to do is tilt. But this is a really tight game. This is probably about to be as tight as it can possibly get.
Good survival DI, but
Punish
that time, you know, you got to respect that swing of the sword.
Yep. Especially near the ledge, where Mart's so strong.
Yeah, but you don't always know when it's time to try and, like, sweet spot a double jump or, like, the early part of the up B or whatever. However Sheik wants to go about recovering.
I think it's so funny to think about how good Marth is. Oh.
That was just like, there was like a weird kind of reverse hit in there.
Yep. When Marth is facing the ledge, he's incredibly, incredibly strong. But when Marth is facing the stage from the ledge, he's incredibly, incredibly weak, I think.
When he's facing
in comparison.
the stage.
Yeah, so if Marth is facing the ledge and he can down tilt the ledge,
sure,
right?
Yep.
He's a really strong, strong positionally there.
Yep.
But as soon as Marth is, like, in the corner, he has very few options of getting out. And I just think it's like one turn of your character determines how strong your position is, like, significantly. But
and you're saying when he's at the corner, further away from the center than the opponent, and facing in.
Facing into the stage, where he has to get out of the corner.
It's not the worst. I guess there might be other characters that can get out of the corner better, partly because of a strong ledge dash, for example.
Huge punish. Really good patience from Tori to wait there.
And this is...
Oh, he's just spamming buttons. He really wants to get this.
Yeah, the
patience.
The bonus value out of this second to last stock
That's
here.
It. Oh, my God.
You know, Martha 75... But, you know, maybe Dreamland can help him a tiny bit here.
I just want to say, like, the whole venue's watching right now. We got a lot of people observing.
Yeah, but this is not the average set to have on stream here.
Or third in a new game plus.
Potential result to have. I really like the edge cancel dare there. That can punish some Sheiks trying to make it to ledge. Nice air dodge, especially with the height of the side platform. He's chasing a tiny bit. Doesn't overcommit. That time, though, with the full hop. All right, it could have been an overcommitment if Bonfire took some sort of hit.
Oh, nice back air.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
Finds the
Grabs
stanky
ledge.
leg, but
Could she get this?
So-
the dash attack should have been a grab.
okay, switch to light shield.
Oh my god, he just stands
Okay.
there. Oh, she rolls in. Oh,
wow.
rolls in again. Triple spot dodge. Are you serious? The venue's
Okay.
popping off right now.
Neutral.
Oh,
swings.
F smash in neutral.
Okay, grabs ledge.
Up he doesn't
Slow
get to the
get up. Will
platform.
take a grab and probably take ledge. Doesn't take ledge because that's the
Oh, goes
obvious
to the
thing.
stage. Oh my god, no down air. Oh, with the back
Oh.
air, but she has a chance. She has one more chance here. She doesn't get the ledge. She does get the ledge.
And not a hard hit.
An up tilt kill. She doesn't punish the air dodge.
Movement flub.
Oh my
Barrel on
god.
the way up. Dude.
Oh my god, does get the ledge.
Oh.
But doesn't get the edge guard.
The slow get up.
What is happening? They're on a shield. She doesn't grab.
Dude, I think Sheik has.
Oh
no.
my get up attack!
Oh, wow.
What? Wow. Wow. He rips the controller cord out. Wow.
Dude,
And
it
then-
was. I didn't foresee the slow get up attack. For some reason, I foresaw that Bonfire was slow get upping or slow rolling for some reason. But Bonfire's better than that. She's going to put out a hitbox that will then manage to keep Calvar under her spell and then just continue and take the series.
Dude, Tori had us all under her spell and for that whole fucking last stock. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So for the first time in, it has to have been years, man.
You would
It
know
has to-
better than I, for sure.
Okay, so I would say in at least maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years, that's probably the first time Calvar's gotten third at a tournament that was like local. Even like regionally, unless like IBDW and
yeah.
Toussaint now, like Hacks back then and Slocks were all here.
Yeah.
Like David always was getting like second or first.
Dude, I think
Third
you're,
at a local?
I think you're right. And honestly,
Two sheets?
I feel a little less bad about my consecutive not top 16s getting knocked out by Sheik when I see Calvar also himself struggle. You know, like matchup is tough. I do think Martha's fine. Don't get me wrong. Like Martha has all the tools. We know this. We've seen it enough times. Whether it was Pee taking Marth Sheik to levels we had not seen,
Yep.
whether it is now Zane, you know, and it's just getting pushed further and further. But I mean, it's hard in practice to be consistent. You know, even if you're on paper, like you have the advantage against someone and you got seeded high or whatever, like it can be tough. But I mean, Bonfire played incredibly.
So good, so good, so clutch,
Incredibly.
so clutch in the niche or in the like small situation that she needed to be clutch in. Like, dude, that get up attack. The get up attack on the right side.
Yeah.
Imagine if
And,
that was a roll.
dude,
Imagine if that was
right?
a neutral
And
get up.
More situational awareness that takes the series in, like,
I need a BKB
you know,
session.
it was like,
I need a BKB session.
it was a sound win. She 3-1'd him.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Like,
not.
you know,
Didn't even need to
like-
go to game 5.
and I see in the chat, gee, it's almost like Sheik beats Marth or something. She might. Like, here's the thing. It depends on what level of play are we talking. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
You know, when PP and now Zane were and are doing it, like, we're talking like at the top level, what's the deal? But then, of course, everyone wants to try and translate what we see happen at the top level to, like, that just is the case. And if you can't execute that yet, like, I mean, then you're not playing it right. You got to analyze more, study more, practice more, all that good stuff.
90% of the
but-
people that have that opinion of Sheik beats Marth or something, right, have never actually like tried to grind Sheik versus Marth. They haven't actually tried to look at like the discords on both ends, right, to get
Right.
the most information
Right,
about it.
right.
Formed opinions of the people that actually play the character.
And
It's like that through the grapevine. You saw it on Daily Melee highlights. Someone said it. And you're
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
my opinion now.
I do think that Calvar is a really strong player.
Oh,
Obviously,
absolutely.
top 100. You
Monster.
know, like, and he has matchup knowledge, and he's pretty good at it. But just not able to
Bias.
maintain that type of consistency tonight. And I feel like, you know, though he is top 100, he's obviously not on that type of like PP in his prime / Zane level. And so like it's a hard matchup and not quite able to pull it out tonight. We have a Sheik Ditto here in grand
You know what?
finals.
I'm going to make a hard bet and say that these two homies are electing to not chain grab each other. I'm going to say it.
I could definitely see the two of them agreeing to that, and us having a no chain grab Sheik Ditto here.
Oh, nice ledge grab.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Great. Tori, notoriously incredible at the Sheik Ditto. She's very good at this matchup. Took a game off Plup way back when.
Wow, damn.
Remember?
Shit.
Yeah, in the Sheik Ditto like a couple years ago.
I mean, I probably heard about it at the time, but I mean, that's legit. Unfortunate there, a little roll of the eyes. You hate to see it.
Kill yourself at 60, yeah. But we're gonna see. This is it. We're gonna see a lot of short hop, fast fall, fair into shield. That's gonna happen on both sides. I think that's gonna be a majority of the neutral.
I'm curious to see. Like, we'll try and pay attention to how many different branches that kind of tree can go after you do that fair.
Short
you know?
hop fair, yep.
So that'll be interesting. Yep. Oh, and here's another situation like I was talking about earlier, where
she instantly
you have
involved?
to. Yeah. How's the? Okay. Oh, all right.
Nice.
11.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, wait a
only,
second. Doesn't get the revolt. Oh! I love it.
Strong bear.
Wait a second. Oh, but Dr. Lobster just kind of has the answers right now. Tori's like getting this incredible string going of like, you know, well thought out neutral options in order to extend or punish, but then Taylor just has the correct DI option and then the correct reversal option just on deck. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he needs to do to get out of the situation and to press his advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
Filthy.
Not quite getting the, it was a down throw fair attempt, and I'm sure there's plenty that Sheik can do to Sheik off of a grab, but
I
ended up taking the stock regardless.
No, Bonfire notorious as well, and I'll use that word pretty generously here. Notorious port 4 abuser, getting that one extra frame on grabs. So I'm going to make an assumption here and say that they RPS'd for port 4 and Taylor won.
They did. You are right.
They did, because she tried to RPS me for it, and I was like, you can just have it. And that's probably why I lost, to be honest. I didn't have the champion mentality.
Some insider knowledge. I asked Doc Love if there's ever a situation where he wouldn't play Sheik, and he said if I was down 2-0 in the first set, I would consider Fox. Yep. Other than that, we're 800% going all Sheik.
Yep. Yeah, that makes the most sense.
For that.
Yeah, if he starts getting owned, his Fox is a pretty sound option to go.
Solid and sound.
Sound. Yeah, solid and sound, exactly.
I like it. I like it.
Calls me out, son of a gun.
I mean, both those things for sure.
Solid and sound.
Not that I have seen too much of Doc Lob's Fox, but oh god, the Doc Lob Fox just rolls off so.
The Doc Lob Fox.
It rolls off so well, but
it's like the floor is lava.
Bonfire with the lead here. Don't believe she had a lead in the first game.
No, she took the first stock.
Oh,
she took the first stock.
I'm sorry.
But hey, similar situation to last game, you know. Maybe we're gonna see the same thing, maybe not.
True. Nice reverse fair there. It's very important to get the reverse.
I think what's crazy is that this matchup isn't as volatile as, say, like a Falco Ditto or like a Fox Ditto or something, right? So, and what I mean by that is that you can get hit and you have a couple of opportunities to keep living. Like, they can't always kill you off of a single forward tilt or a single grab and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this opens up the opportunity for us to see like a bunch of different, like you were saying earlier, with like the tree that it can branch out to, like that short hop fair.
Yeah.
In every single situation, in the edge guard, in the neutral, when Bonfire's down, when Doc Lob is down, it's going to be really like laid out for us what the players are going to be going for. Oh, huge. Great reaction to the tech. And you see, I think that's fine. That's not a chain grab. That's just, you know, bringing you over to the right.
Right. Yeah, it's not. You know, if I were in a position and I gentlemaned with someone, no chain grab, and they did that, I would not have any issue.
Be mad. Yeah. Wait, what's too far? 3 chain grabs, and you get a second re-grab after that? It's like what we saw was
probably
fine.
either 3 or greater than 3.
Yep, greater than 3.
But maybe even 3 is fair to put it there. Here's a grab. Okay, calling out the second place.
Get up attack. That's a really risky move. That gets easily crouch cancel down smashed.
I see. Well, I guess you kind of have to stand close enough though to really.
Oh no way! She's chain grabbing.
Net something juicy off that though. I feel like.
Is this Mewtwo King?
Oh, nice single needle.
Oh, nice.
The coverage, you know? I mean, there's coverage when you're in an advantage, but there's also coverage when you're trying to make it back. And that was crucial coverage for that one needle.
You know what's crazy is that I think that Tori just started chain grabbing and Dr. Lobster didn't really know how to react because he got a grab and then was like,
I mean, how many grabs was it?
It was like 3. It was like 3 or 4, and then she tech chased him and grabbed him 2 more times.
Maybe they know exactly what the limit is. That was part of their agreement, you know, and maybe she didn't go beyond what the agreement is. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll see. Damn, that was a slicey Sammy stall. Because then she sliced the air before she grabbed the ledge. That's why I said slicey, everybody.
Okay.
It wasn't a
Fair
misinput. It was just verbatim terminology.
I mean, I didn't think you were making a golf reference or anything.
Oh no, I know nothing about golf.
Well, I think you can actually. I don't even think that's a thing. I think I'm mixing it up because there's a draw and a fade. There's probably not a slice.
Wow.
But my point was, you know, I don't. You were like apologetic. You didn't have to apologize.
I just wanted to make sure.
Slice.
It was
I should have said tennis.
See,
tennis.
Thanks Jesse in the chat. You know, somebody cares. So that's 2-0, even though Bonfire had a lead there. So great comeback by Doc Lob. We're going to go to Dreamland now instead of Battlefield. I wonder why. Maybe she wants more. I mean, obviously it's because she wants more space. Dude, she's going for the grabs. Oh, nice punish. Nair freak. I was going to say fanatic. I can't talk right now, stream. I apologize.
But true on both accounts again, you know?
Freak.
A fanatic and a freak. Like, you can't be blamed. So
I'm like a WarioWare minigame. You have to figure out which 2 words I'm combining.
I like the little like 2 or 3 hit combo to extend all of this, maintain the advantage, and take the stock. How's the invuln here? Okay.
Holds it.
It would have been tricky to try and go and steal ledge there, I feel like, unless she made it out. Oh. That's hard.
If I was Bonfire right now, I would have given up. And that's where I think that's where our mentalities are different.
And like, I mean, yeah, Iron Will, like
Iron Will.
always
Part of champion.
coming from Bonfire,
Yeah,
but
she never.
I mean, you hate to see
gives
it.
up.
Like being, you know, in game 3 when you're down 2-0, and that was that moment to hold serve and even up the stocks again, and then like just continue. She was at, I think, literally 0, right?
Yeah.
Like, but
Now she's
I mean,
not.
but the game goes on. I mean, it's still winnable, and
I mean, it's so here's the thing. Stock's not elite. Still, obviously, an opportunity for her to win. But Dr. Lobster is just not giving her any piece of it. Oh, wait a second. That's a piece.
That is.
That's a fast slice of it.
You know, he went for it. Maybe partly because he knew he had more of a cushion at this point. It's like if it hits, I'm basically winning the tournament.
Yep.
If it doesn't, then I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm still up a large portion, essentially a full stock.
Yeah, but I mean, will he regret it? That's always the question.
Doesn't get the ledge guard. Now he goes to ledge.
Oh, straight, not straight up.
Nice.
And
Good option on the down smash there. That covered everything, even the Omsa tech.
yeah, true. Good point. Finding a grab there.
These guys, they both suck at chain grabbing. They've been trying to do it, and they both are missing. They get the grab, and then they miss the dash grab on the DI out. They get the grab, miss the turnaround.
Punish on the get-up attack there. Bonfire with a big opportunity. No jump, no jump. That'll even up the stocks.
Filthy.
Huge there, huge. And again, it's that Iron Will. I mean, like, she can
What
absolutely
SD?
do this. 9%. Okay, trying to adventurously make it into center stage with like
what a read.
a lingering double jump down air. Didn't get punished super hard for it though, and now she's cooking again.
Oh, the double fair. Wait a
And-
second. This combo's juicy. Oh, just barely missed.
Okay, but
Dr.
what's the
Lobster
deal?
Oh, he could have just
All right.
rolled.
Able to. Oh wow. She was able to survive there. For like, I wasn't sure if she'd be able to, but
What a freaky hit of down smash.
okay. But
Oh, double down air?
now, oh my lord.
Zelda transform. He should make it back. Oh,
No, but no.
Why did he wait?
No.
Did you see that? Oh.
The speed with which she fast fell for a second, just
Yeah.
to like, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was like,
I got
but-
stunned for a second.
Yeah.
Just completely lost.
Dude, sick comeback.
That was
She
a
did it.
great comeback. What
She did
SD?
it.
What SD?
She did
Literally
it.
what SD? I am a little surprised though. Why did Taylor not try and recover with Zelda faster? He like recovered with Zelda, and then the player cam, he just like shook his head and then let himself fast fall.
It looked like there wasn't too much wasted time, but I could be wrong. I doubt he would, you know, if he had the means to recover, I feel like he would try. But
Well, he's probably still feeling pretty comfortable. Up 2-1 in the first set of Grands. Bonfire has to win 6 games or 5 games.
Right. His counter pick this time.
His counter pick for the next 2 games.
The polar opposite of what we just saw in Dreamland. So maybe he thinks he can, get something going on the smaller stage.
Oh, nice. Shields the Shino stall.
All right. I thought she would have been able to continue it there.
Oh, wow. What a weird option there with a weak back air going into stage. I guess to cover like a jump to the top platform, but. What a nair.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Nice call out.
The super punishes Dr. Lobster's greediness off stage. But you can't be fair from ledge, especially a 0.
No, you can't do that.
No. That'll never work for you.
Unless there's supreme fade.
Yes.
And
electric.
Yeah.
The fade has to have no gel in it.
Chain there?
What an option.
Nairs. Okay.
Goes for the nair. Nice back air with no jump.
So now Doc Lob cooking and
regrab, gets the offstage.
Okay, more lag to punish and another opportunity, but Randall's coming.
So clean.
So Randall, if you know the clock and stuff, there might have been a way to try and get cheeky there. I think it would have been reactable on the part of Doc Lob if Bonfire did try and wait, delay a tiny bit and then up B to play with Randall, but
great needle turnaround back air for Tori there to finish out that stock. Still doable. She was down worse than this last game, and
on her counter pick.
On her counter pick, absolutely right.
It is still doable though.
Oh, nice regrab. The reaction's great.
I like the tech chase on the platform. I hate having that done to me. I feel like it's so good for Sheik.
Oh, the jab. Oof. Just jab. Just short hop, empty. Oh, jab.
Okay. Bonfire's turn a tiny bit, but
nice.
Damn.
Gets the fair on the no-tech. That's the tournament. Dr. Lobster, first tournament back in New England, in New Hampshire. Let's go, New Hampshire! Represent. First tournament back gets the big W.
I love New Hampshire, and I love
We're
New
so
Hampshire.
good.
But to echo a sentiment that I have expressed in recent history.
Here we go.
I love New Hampshire.
Here we go, stream.
But
hang on.
Who
got top 3 at this tournament with one person in 5th?
We're about to fucking rise, all right?
What was that?
Hey, but who wants to congratulate New Hampshire on the win? Who wants to post game?
Pete, you've been holding it down. I feel like you might be able to give some more insightful comments.
I would
if you
love
would like
to.
The honor.
I mean, I did see him play against.
You saw
I guess
both
a lot
sets, right?
of people.
You got to the winners
I saw
final
him play
set.
against Calvar.
Yeah.
I saw him play this. I watched part of his. I didn't start commentating yet, but him against Younger. I mean, I would love to hold it down with Taylor.
Let's have Pete hold it down. He's the audio titan, so he'll bless your ears a little bit and then step on you.
I'm gonna get out of your way a tiny bit. Trying to learn the best way to make space for people exiting the station.
I'm Ghetto War Machine 420. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Follow and subscribe to Alston Melee.
We're getting close because I want you to follow this man.
Follow and subscribe Alston Melee.
And show love to Alston Melee for sure. Look at that mustache.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I mean not in a bad way. Not in a bad way though. It's a legit mustache. All right, always a pleasure with Jesse. Man. It's just so fun to be commentating again. Guys, I missed this. I'm going to allow Taylor to pass by me. I don't know what the protocol has been so far, but I feel like the wire hangs out. So that's how I've been going about it, just from my stream of consciousness, thinking out loud. You can absolutely check as a Long Island W, Lana Del Rey. I would not fault a single person for doing that. What's up, Taylor?
Yeah.
We had the opportunity to speak briefly earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be able to talk now.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
How are you feeling about, well, first, before we even jump into tonight, tell me about how you've been over the course of a lot of people having to settle for online play. Like, were you kind of a, unranked Fiend or maybe even direct, trying to like have people that you were playing with, specific matchups maybe that you worked on over time? Or
yeah, it was a little more that than just trying to enter a bunch of net play stuff. I don't have like a decent computer really. I just play Melee on my laptop.
Gotcha.
So I think if I had tried to enter a lot of stuff, it would end up hurting me in the long run. Because I'd be getting used to like just unoptimal like audio cues that are like a couple frames later stuff.
Yeah, this is true.
Like,
this is true.
A computer that can't really handle Melee the best, so it would stutter a bit. So I just sort of played direct with friends, direct with people when I wanted to grind stuff.
I see.
The one net play thing I did enter was the All-Star Melee Bender, and that was because I went to Jesse's house and just played on his computer.
Okay.
And he has a crazy computer.
Okay.
But
I mean, you picked a great one to enter.
Dude.
And shout outs to you for supporting the event. You know,
yeah, of course.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Quick, maybe shout out to some of those people that you were direct playing with.
Yes. Okay.
I would love to, hear and show them some love.
All right. So apologies if I miss anyone, but I got to shout out first and foremost Lana Del Cray, aka Kevin, my boy.
All right, shout outs to Kevin.
He's I played him a bunch. He's my static teammate back on Long Island.
Oh,
we
sick.
team whenever he can.
Sick.
Super homie.
Sick.
I literally started playing Melee with him. He's like the boy I grew up with, basically.
Nice. I mean, I love those relationships.
Yeah, totally. Then I got to shout out 42nd, the Puff.
Yeah.
He throughout undergrad and throughout like the first half or so of quarantine, he's always been like my practice partner.
Oh, sick.
Him and I play a bunch.
I mean, remind me, because if I'm not mistaken, 42nd, it can be tough to keep track of different players over a span of time, but kind of like from the Midwest or PGH, NEOH or something like that?
No, from New York, actually.
He's actually from New York.
Yeah, from New York.
But was he kind of playing in that scene for a little bit, or am I just crazy?
I think you might just be crazy.
All right, sorry. I apologize to 42nd.
Are you thinking of Michael?
I don't know. No, not Michael. But anyway, shout out to 42nd.
Yeah, shout out to him. I got to shout out Kit Katsky, who is a Marth from Long Island.
All right.
I think he's the guy who I played the most in offline events back when it started happening in Long Island over the summer.
Okay.
And I think he's no roast to Calvar, but I think he's the reason why I whooped Calvar today. I literally played him in winners finals and grands of almost every local that we went to. And him and I have gotten he's gotten insanely good against Sheik, and I think I've gotten a lot better versus Marth because of him.
You showed some great play tonight, for sure.
Thank you, man.
For sure.
Thank you.
I think that Calvar now, in a way, should be happy. I mean, it's only one night, right?
Yeah.
Because we know Calvar, this will push him to just elevate his game, and I'm sure he'll be analyzing the crap out of these sets tonight.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun to see how the adaptations occur between you and him, the stuff he brings to the table to try and respond to some of the things that you were getting value out of tonight.
Yeah.
I saw a part of your set with Younger, and you looked, I loved the way you clutched out that game on FD, man.
Yeah, that FD ending was pretty hype.
It looked like he was feeling pretty good on FD, and I know that he has strong neutral in general. I feel like that's kind of his MO as a Falco. He'll get his punish going when he has a punish going. But, you just found it was an interesting up B that I think the poof connected and he was at a high enough percent where then you were able to kind of punish his tech option off of the poof or the fact that he got knocked down or something.
It was like
I
poofed him on the left side and then he teched away and then I got him off stage somehow. And then he tournament winnered and then I got the Nair fair off the tournament winner, I think is how it happened.
Yeah, I remember the fair being deep out there and he died in one of the lowest horizontal blast zones, on the side.
Yeah.
But I feel like you are kind of a stream monster, and in the good sense. I don't know I feel like there might be multiple connotations for stream monster. Not like a toxic presence in stream chat, but I always understood it to be just a consistent presence in different streams and I don't know, being in chat.
Yeah,
and I feel like you maybe have observed parts of maybe different New England events, and you entered the Bender, and maybe you are familiar with some of the newer players that we have. I played Electro Man tonight, and he's pretty good. He beat me.
He's pretty good.
Not that I'm a good win right now. I don't think I am. I think in the near future I can get to that. But anyone that you kind of have your eye on, this guy Shmilai, this dude Pisces. Did you happen to play Pisces in your run tonight?
No, but I know about him because he's from New York actually. Originally, from upstate, and he goes to going to somewhere in Mass for grad school. And so I know him because he came to a couple of LI locals, and I see him in like some upstate result threads and stuff like that.
Word.
Yeah. But let's see. Who do I have my eye on? I think. All right, so there's two guys that I'm sort of looking at. They're not newer school, so I'll come back to and get like a newer school answer.
That's cool. You just, I guess, however you want to answer it.
Yeah, facts. So I think Glock is going to be getting a lot better shortly.
Dude, and that's a scary, scary thought.
The kid's already mad good,
but I think you're right. I think he has achieved a lot within the space of Super Monkey Ball 2. I mean, he's like a veritable god at that game. You know, a world record holder for multiple categories and stuff. And he got to do that thing, and I feel like he'll probably continue playing Super Monkey Ball. But I think now that we're doing IRL events again, and he's able to come out and just kind of show what he's got and try and beat some people in the tournament, which is always fun. Like I think it's gonna kind of like how. Calvar will be pushed by getting third tonight.
Totally.
Glock has himself won some NGPs and stuff. I remember he'd be making it to grands consistently.
Right.
And I think that's a good answer, honestly.
Yeah. Well, because the thing that I was noticing is that before quarantine happened, I feel like Glock was sort of on the decline. Not in terms of his performance, but in the terms of like he wasn't really feeling Melee. I saw him getting tight at a lot of stuff, and I think that's what ultimately led him to like doing other stuff, i.e. playing Super Monkey Ball and like speed running. But now I'm seeing him like we talked a lot about Melee 2 after our set because I played him today.
Okay.
And the way he's talking, the way he's thinking is like that of a good mindset. He's tweeting about being excited to go to Melee, which
exciting.
Is like that's you could say is maybe just like a facade, but I think that's a pretty big sign of him being like, okay, I'm ready to grind.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to be getting a lot better shortly.
I mean it's terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, what else have I not covered? I want to.
How are you, Pete? How are you doing?
I'm well.
Good.
I not to bring up like real life shit, which it's not like personal real life shit, but we generally don't like talk about like money too much, right? It's not really someone's business how much money someone else is making. The only reason I bring this up is because I just right now in this time period I'm working for DoorDash, which is not bad because I'm driving around like rapping. Writing raps to beats that I have a intention to write to, and there's a bunch of time in my car that I can utilize to maybe listen to a podcast, which I have done. Maybe try and work on some of my personal creative stuff. But there's like this promotional kind of thing going on where if you work for DoorDash already and you refer someone to work for DoorDash and you send them this kind of link and they follow your link to then begin working for DoorDash, if you take 290 deliveries in the first 2 months of being a driver, then the person that like brought a new person into the fold will get, I think, $500 for them fulfilling that 290 in 2 months, and the person that fulfills the 290 in 2 months gets $400.
Okay.
And I'm happy because I dragged my ass after unemployment ended, and I got kind of used to not working, you know. And so I was like hiking a lot and just chilling with homies and stuff, especially because it kind of coincided with other people, myself being vaccinated, and a door to a social life reopening. I was not really getting after it too much in the beginning, but just today I got the 290th delivery, which confirms, like a nice small lump sum for not only myself, my older brother, who I absolutely love. So
and it probably feels good to like. That's something you can look at and be like, I accomplished that,
Yeah.
It's like a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And I made my last week and a half a little hectic because I left so many for the kind of end of the 2 months.
I feel
and but it's just nice to have a tiny bit of like breathing room and go hiking again.
Yeah,
and, like,
for sure.
I've just been a little busy. But it's not like a bad busy because, like I said, so there's 2 tracks off of the Tron Legacy OST. And that's one. I have a ton of CDs, and I've been like just driving around with either listening to a CD or like I have like my iPad, and I might plug in my iPad so that I can just replay beats or something. Or I might just like listen to sports radio because I love the Sports Hub. Shout out to 98.5 the Sports Hub. I'm really excited for some of the stuff that I have been able to come up with. I feel like, in terms of how I'm doing, right, I am happy that I have a very nice digital piano that exists at the foot of my bed, pretty much.
Nice.
I took some piano lessons while we were still while I was still collecting unemployment, and like, you know, there wasn't too much going on.
Yeah.
But so it's been nice learning a little bit of music theory and learning to play piano. I think anyone, doesn't matter how old you are. I'm not young per se. Like, I'm 29, which some people might not even realize. It's not old, but like
in the world of Melee, that's like, you know.
Yeah,
not
I mean
young.
it's older, but also in the world of like taking piano lessons, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
But also in the world, also what's not young is the night, and we need to get Tori on for one more interview before we end the stream for tonight. Sorry about that.
That is fair. Val, I am still playing a little bit of chess. I'm going to be streaming more often again. You can catch me at twitch.tv/audio_Titan. Catch me on Twitter there. Much love to Austin Melee.
I want to keep Tori on. Do one quick with Tori real quick. We'll interview. Try Taylor out, and then we'll do plugs and be done.
I don't know why I was getting up as
cool.
Like,
I was about to say
that's cool. Yeah.
Congrats again, Taylor. Great
Thank you.
W.
Everybody.
Good stuff. Nice catching up.
Huge
Thanks for
win.
sharing all that.
Likewise,
and,
man.
and congrats on a very nice victory.
Thank you. Thank you again, homie.
Dude, absolutely.
Much appreciated.
And it's just so nice to have you back.
Likewise.
I sat down again. I'm going to stand up again so he can scoot out of here. All right. The first thing I want to say is congratulations.
Thanks.
That was a very nice, impressive victory against Calvar. Not even to Game 5. You were very solid. And I had to say congrats, because anyone that frequents the tournaments around here, they know it's not easy to beat Calvar. So good stuff.
Except for Twisty.
Sorry?
Except for Twisty.
Did Twisty get a
double eliminated him from SG a few weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That was funny. That was his only loss since back, I think.
Wow. Shout outs to Twisty the God. Himself has leveled up, I think, played a fair amount of like unranked or however he's going about playing Slippy at home. But you know, definitely exceptions when he doesn't win. It's the norm. It's the rule that he's getting the dubs. So it was pretty cool, and it was like a crazy finish to that set too.
We both kept hitting each other off and then not finishing the edge guard, and I just got the bear.
And I mean, just the amount of like true neutral scenarios that we got to see where both of you were at that kind of kill percent, or you know, any open up could lead to the successful edge guard type of percent. You played very well tonight, but we know that Dr. Lobster is he
did better. To beat Calvar, I was on port 4, and then he wins the rock, paper, scissors for port because we both want 4. And then I switched to 3, but on port 4, if you switch off your character to CPU, I always change the level to 9. And I changed his back to 1. And then he plugs in. He's level 1 now, and I put mine at level 9. So that's the difference. Yeah.
That's
how I always do that.
I love that. I love that.
Put the CPU at level 9 and then take over.
There was I love that. That's amazing. At one point, Jesse was saying that maybe he didn't use the word win condition, but it was an objective that he thought you were going for, which was to kind of like try and tilt Calvar.
I'm always trying to tilt people.
Okay, I mean,
that's how you win. You get in their head.
That is true. That is true. And I've noted a couple times tonight that it's a really psychological endeavor to try and make a deep bracket run. And yeah, you're speaking directly to that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It seemed, I think Taylor was pretty easy going. It felt like he wasn't he wasn't just challenged much.
He just seemed comfortable, I guess.
I mean, he 3-1 Calvar in winners, right?
Yeah,
he 3-1 me. He like ended the Calvar with a 4 stock. It felt like he was very.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I did not expect that.
He did like these 2 fairs into like fast fall runoff fair, like crazy.
Yeah,
so fast.
Yeah, it was sick. I'm curious about your time. I asked Doc Lob a similar question, but over the span, I mean, I'm still catching up with people, and I didn't enter too much myself. I didn't pay a lot of attention to what really was going on for a while. Were you fiending a lot over the span of time where basically everything was online?
No.
No, not too
I
much?
hated net play.
I see.
At least tournaments, I can't get in the mindset of like playing well. So I played unranked, but it was just like
Okay.
While I was watching a show, I would play unranked and half pay attention to both.
I see. Were you solo practicing at all?
No.
No?
I've never solo practiced.
Okay.
But I'd play against like some masters. Who's the puff that got really good? Reese? I think. He beat like H-Box in some online tournament.
Huh.
Cool. But, oh yeah, his name's Reese, but his tag is Golden.
I see.
But
oh,
it was different
right.
Golden, our Golden.
Yeah, I heard about that player, and I had the same thought.
Yeah, he's Midwest or something, but he's
Interesting.
he's really good puff. I played most with him, just like not because like I intentionally tried. It was just he was always down to play.
Interesting.
No one wants to play puff apparently, except me.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on the landscape now that we have IRL stuff going on again, and just the strength of the field, let's say? Do you have thoughts on?
I think everyone got better, and
everyone
then
got better.
like I think a lot of people are just not active anymore, and that's kind of why. Like just like I don't know, Project Tiramisu, just like all the like good old players, Sess. Like you don't see any of them.
This is true. This is true.
And even older players who are really good. It just feels like more people retire, and that's like the reason that we get better. Like New Hampshire is one of the better states right now, probably the best, but that's because like people stop playing.
Yeah, you all have definitely been running the show around here. That's for sure. We'll see what might go down at. I don't know who's going to show up at that G-Towns Invitational thing this weekend.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's going to be some good players and some like kind of out of region presence. I hope. I don't know for sure. Yeah, and I could see Project. We got Project in the chat. Shout out to Project. Definitely a boo inactive players.
Kevin M. Hey.
I mean, shout outs to all the homies in the chat for sure. Hayato. I mean, that's you want to talk about people that were strong players. I mean, but you got to go. No offense to Hayato, but Pete was nasty. Sorry, not Pete. I saw my name in the chat. Hayato was nasty a long time ago, but it comes in waves, I guess, and people kind of phase in and phase out. I think especially in the kind of Boston area. Obviously, some of the New Hampshire heads. A lot of y'all are still playing, which is awesome, which I love because, I mean, you're my friends and I get to see you and stuff. But also you're good players that, you know, it's good to spar with and improve with. But, yeah, I mean, Sess maybe will try and make a reappearance. Who knows? I feel like I saw Project. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe you said you might come back a little bit. I can't remember. It might have been in another chat or something. But, I mean, I guess, yeah, you're not wrong. There are people that kind of, like, even like Mr. Tuesday, for example. Mr. Tuesday was sick.
He was absolutely done.
And yeah, I think that's a case where they say, like, you know, no one ever, like, really retires
Tuesday
or whatever. But I feel like Tuesday did. Shout out to Howard. But I hope that I can level my shit up and try and pose more of a challenge to y'all, and shout outs to Younger, who's been, you know, coming out over and over. But yeah, I guess you're right, and it goes without saying that the resources that are present now are just better and more abundant than ever before, and it keeps being more and more that way as time goes on. But it's just crazy with the ease of play now with Slippy and the rollback netcode, obviously, so that you can direct play with people farther away and everything. I think it is in people's best interests probably to try and focus on, all right, I have a bad time with this matchup. Let me ask around who can I play with to get better at that matchup. And that's part of why I was, you know, asking Doc Lob, but also I was curious with you because
Did he play a lot?
I didn't. No.
No.
Did he?
Not
Sorry.
Doc Lob.
It sounds like he did. Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
It sounds like he was able to. He wasn't doing too much of like unranked or anything because I guess he doesn't have the best computer. But there's a few people that he was connecting direct to play with, and I guess, you know, over this summer as IRL stuff came back in Long Island, he's been showing up and going to stuff, and sounds like he was putting some work in.
Yeah, he really beat me. I think like we talked about this. We were doing Sheik chain grabs, and both of us at one point were just missing dash grabs off like as soon as possible as you down throw. So we just started not chain grabbing. We just started doing tech chasing instead.
So I'm glad you bring that up because Jesse and I weren't sure, but we kind of had read that y'all agreed to not chain grab.
No,
but then
we were chain grabbing.
All right, okay. But
we
then
were just missing.
And then we started seeing like a little bit of chain grabbing, and so that sheds light on that.
We were doing awful.
Is it kind of tricky or hard to execute? I've never.
It didn't used to be. I don't know. I haven't chain grabbed a Sheik in 2 years.
That's fair.
That's the other. Fair. Even if it was on unranked, I'm not going to chain grab on unranked. And if someone starts chain grabbing me on unranked, I'm going to alt tab out of the net play window so that they miss it. Same with wobblers.
Nice. Ruthless.
Yeah. Also, F10 pauses the emulation. So for both players, in order to keep it synced.
All right. Let's not. You're destroying the whole unranked community. We do need to head out of here, though. Yeah. So thank you so much for both of you for competing. Tori, great upset, and for commentating, Pete. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, I mean, thanks. My pleasure. Shout outs to Austin Melee. Everyone, give a follow if you can, or sub if you can.
Bonfire 10.
And shout outs to Tori. Shout outs to Dr. Lobster. We will be back next week. Tune in. Much love. Peace out.
Nice. So that was our brilliant and lovely commentators and interview, and that's awesome. Real quick, it is showtime. Pod is tomorrow, 9-ish p.m. We got Jackzilla coming on. It's going to be awesome. Me, Ted, Patty, and Jack talking about commentary and all kinds of stuff. We'll see you then. It'll be a great time. We're about to raid NYC Melee so that we can get to the end of their amazing bracket. They have a stacked event, so if you're in there, drop some beers, say hello, say we sent you. That'd be great. Here's Patty to wave us off as we slowly get over to the next event. Bye, everybody. Good night. Thanks for watching.